Hello. It's me. Today, actually for like the past like hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, I forgot. I was writing stuff down, my music, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should click the start streaming button. And then I didn't. I think I just forgot. Okie pokey. Time to share on the Discord. Hey guys, I'm live. Ooh, I should probably close my email. That's probably not something I want to have up on screen. Oh, there's hair on my keyboard. How did that even happen? Okay, yippee. I can hear the car bevy engines outside. Vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom. Those folks ain't never grown out of their car phase. When they was playing with trucks on the carpet, never quite grew out of making them vroom vroom noises. The city street rug. Wait, that just like unlocked like a core memory for me, sitting on the rug in like kindergarten and stuff. ASMR keyboard. You guys just want to listen to me type on my keyboard some more? Maybe I'll do programming streams where I do some programming challenges just for funsies because I'm a nerd and I do that. And you can just listen to my keyboard go click clack and you can fall asleep to it until I yell randomly because I want you to wake up because I'm evil. Okay. Hello, y'all. Hello. Click the record button. You know, OBS has this thing where you can automatically clip yourself without using any plugins. It's called like a replay buffer. It's kind of like how your dash cam works, where it just records the last X amount of seconds that you choose for it to record, and you just press a keybind and it saves it to your computer. I just keep forgetting to press the keybind that I set to do that. Open FL today. So anyway, today I ate a hamburger for lunch, and then that's about all. I slept the rest of the time. I still gotta start my, what are we composing today? I'm doing something a little different, at least for the beginning. I've been asked to write a piece for choir, so I'll be doing that. Although you notice that in my score, it's not actually the instruments aren't choir, and it's because the Muse Sounds choir is like a 40-piece choir, and that's way too many dudes in the choir. I'm only there's no like soloists, so when there's like 40 people each singing a melody, it gets super noisy and busy, and it doesn't sound very good. So okay. Also, if you guys have any more like orchestra related puns, I need you to send them my way. I came up with a few this morning, but I already forgot them. No solo voices from Muse Sounds. That's like exactly what I need. So I've just kind of improvised a wind quartet. That's just what's playing. But in theory they'd be like voice soloists or 2 soloists per, but I like using saxophones in orchestra. I mean, I'm fine with saxophones, but I haven't really committed to using them, mostly because the Muse Sound saxophones are very strange, and I don't really like them very much. They don't sound very good, which is the main reason, actually. The channel hasn't been monetized for a year, but it's yours. How is it yours and mine? Is French horn a good solo instrument? What do you mean, is French horn a good solo instrument? Have you never heard a horn solo in your life? I need to recommend you some beautiful Tchaikovsky. What's your least favorite instrument? I think I get this question a lot, but I keep forgetting. My least favorite instrument, my own voice. The end. One that would play in an orchestra. Who do I want to start beef with for no reason? Who do I think would be the funniest to make fun of? People that play the chimes. If you play the chimes, I can't believe it. My least favorite instrument as of right now. I'm starting beef with all chimes players. Contrabassoon, because what is that instrument? Hey, don't be hating on the contrabassoon. That's a sexy instrument. It sounds so awesome. I love the chimes. Well, I hate chimes. Chimes killed my pet hamster. They were too loud, and the hamster started resonating so much with the chimes that he exploded. And that's why I hate chimes. I love chimes except for when I hate the chimes. Oh, I see. You're just like me then. Okay. Alright. Let's get started with our writing here. I'm your resident in-house composer. Too bad, so sad. I'm your resident composer. Eighth note, sunshine when she's gone. And today we'll be writing a piece for four voices. Chimes as in tubular bells, or like wind chimes, or mark tree. Baby, am I a piano because you seem to be great at pushing me at the right spots? I mean, that's a good one, but it's a little too lengthy for me. Hello, it's me, the new concert master. Ain't the G sharpest tool in the shed. Tubular bells? Tubular bells are the same as chimes, right? I think they just have different names. But since I'm in America, we call them chimes. But I think if you live somewhere else, you say it incorrectly and call it tubular bells. Tubular bells and chimes are the same. Okay, that's what I thought. Best instrument is obviously the Uillean pipes. The Uillean pipes. Is that how you say them? Uillean pipes. Those are like an Irish instrument, right? They're Irish bagpipes. They're so awesome. I love them. Very cool. And also it's very strange looking because, like, you know, the bagpipes that you see when people play it standing up, I think the Uilleann pipes you specifically play underneath like your elbow or something, like that's where you hold it. So you just have like a big pillow sack that's under your arm at all times when you're playing. About a chime solo? What? Like for a clock tower? Bing bong, bing bong. Uilleann pipes? That's not how I thought that would be pronounced. Uilleann pipes. Small pipes in general are gorgeous. Hey, wait. What if we invented an instrument, right? It was like a pipe organ, but we suspend all of the pipes so you can also hit them with mallets at the same time. So it'd be both a pipe organ and chimes all at the same time. It's perfect. And then while we're at it, like, get some like mouthpieces, like get some like trumpet mouthpieces and stick them on the ends of there so it can be also a trumpet and a trombone at the same time, or a tuba. I think that's genius. All the instruments in one. Why the hate on chimes? No reason. Just because I thought it would be funny to start beef with an obscure instrument for no reason. I guess the chimes aren't obscure, but they're more obscure than like a flute. I love this instrument idea. Nice. I'll make you moan like an oboe playing a high key soon. I'm not even sure if that's a pun. That just sounds like a bad joke. I'm your concert master for today. You're boring me to death with your bad jokes. Got him. Man, I ain't got no sweet tea today, and I'm very sad about it. I'm fine with unsweet tea though. I think I was planning on getting me a nice mocha today, but I didn't do that because I'm so self-controlled. How many saxophones does it take to screw in a light bulb? 10 or more. That one's pretty good. I like that one a lot. Good job. All right. Welcome to my score. How many conductors does it take to screw in a light bulb? How should I know? Nobody watches them. You're so right. Nobody watches that. I love seeing those comments in the like YouTube comments where they try to correct the YouTuber with blatantly wrong information. It's so good. That and like, oh, what's even the point of the conductor, guys? They're not even looking at him. Clearly, he never has played in an orchestra ever. It's so good. But I think I've commented on this before, but people that like correct math videos with blatantly wrong math, that's also really good. The more complicated the math, the more uppity they get about how correct they are. Okay, this is the thing, and this is the lyric. It has a single lyric. It's Beatus misericordes quoniepsi misericordiam. Hold on. It's really difficult for me to read this because of the dashes. Misericordiam consequentur. Pretty cool, right? We had a guest conductor for our college fight song, and we were told by the director to completely disregard him. What conductor did you get, Justin Bieber? Why would you completely disregard the conductor? Was it just like your for show? Did the president come and try and conduct your orchestra? Okay. So I came up with this theme on the fly, and it's just a canon. I'll play it for you. I'll tell you what I think about it. Even though it's my piece, I'll tell you what I think can be improved. This organ is muted, by the way. I just have this to like outline chords, but it is muted, so you're not going to hear it. In fact, actually, I'm not going to hide it because that's where my chord symbols are. But okay, one of our coordinators for our wind ensemble. Dang. Somebody made a quote-unquote correction of a square root 2 as a rational proof that lives in my head rent-free. This canon better blow my mind. Okay, that one's kind of a stretch. But on the like the math thing, I remember seeing someone say like something about it was a L'Hopital's rule where he said you can't just use limits however you or derivatives whenever you want. This is very clearly false information. I can't believe you. So stupid. It's calculus 101, you idiots. Doesn't remember this one rule that is used everywhere. Anyway, we're gonna play this and then we'll talk about it. Oh yeah, and just in case you weren't here for the beginning, although I did write it's supposed to be for choir, Muse Sounds doesn't have like choir soloists or vocal soloists, so it only has like groups, and each of these groups have like 20 people assigned to them, which is just ridiculous, and it sounds like a huge mess. So instead, I'm just putting them on wind instruments, just so it sounds better. Oh, hold on. Okay, that's all I have so far. It sounds goofier with the bassoon than I thought, but okay. How do you come up with this? I don't know. L'Hopital's is so goofy though. I don't really know the proof of it, I just know that it's true. It's weird when they have the maths jargon down, but clearly don't understand anything about maths. I know what you mean. It's like the good what was his name? Is Terry Davis? Is that his name? Please tell me that was his name. Yeah, it's just like the good Terry Davis once said. The more complicated it seems, the more the idiot appreciates it. You wrote your first fugue. It's not a fugue. It's it's like an imperfect canon. It's not a perfect canon, because I notice that here that's like a chord progression that's being followed here. But the chords do change throughout, so it's not really a fugue because you guys are like playing the same things. You'll notice the scale here, and then the scale here, and then these long notes here, these long notes here. But yeah, just joking, dang. But yeah, this would be the first thing that I wrote that's contrapunctal. I don't think I did a stellar job, but whatever. You can just sit down and write. I'm not gonna lie, I had a huge writer's block. Having lyrics to write to actually it did help quite a bit because it gives you a rhythm to work with. And especially because Latin specifically, which language this is, has long and short, like length of vowels. So I believe the A here in beatus is long, so that's why I have a long. And then misericordes, des is a long vowel because it's plural. So this figure here is extended for that. And also, fun fact, Latin poetry specifically does like elisions. I think modern languages do that too. I think French and Italian have some pretty common elisions where you like smush vowels together, which is why there's like an apostrophe here. And then just more stuff happening. Sometimes you gotta shit out the notes and make them better later. That's basically what I did. This melody, I just kind of made it up, put some chords to it, edited it, put some different chords to it, edited it again, and now here we are. So, you can use underscores to indicate elongated syllables, by the way. Oh. Okay, I didn't know that. Believe it or not, I haven't written anything choral before. Okay. How does this work? Underscore. Okay. That's the first time you swore. No, it wouldn't be the first time. I used to make it a point not to swear on stream, but I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't really matter that much. I don't do it often, unless it's funny. But you're not gonna hear me do it too much. Crikey! Anyway, I think some of these chords need to be more interesting. So I think at the repeat it can stay the same. Okay, for some reason the dashes don't show up on MuseScore unless I like reload the thing, so there you go. Okay, so there's one thing here that I know from reading about part writing that this is kind of stupid. Is this is a both a tritone jump and these are both tritone jumps, and I'm pretty sure soloists or vocalists, not soloists, but vocalists in general don't like singing tritone jumps because they're more like unnecessarily difficult. This flat 3 diminished chord is not a modal chord, believe it or not. It's just one that I made up. I literally just made it up. Okay, this beginning part I think is okay. It's the second part that I think is a little iffy. So I'm gonna play it again, and then I'll talk about it. I think these last few chords here are coming in a little too sudden. Moving to this diminished chord a bit too early. Ew, fairy, grow up. Okay, let's see. I think next we gotta put some other dudes to this. So we could make this, in order to transition to Dorian a bit more, I think we can make this a minor 5 chord, and I think that should make it a bit more natural to move. What is Q in Roman numerals? Okay. The Q here is something that I made up, because this notation, the notation for the chord I wrote here doesn't quite exist, so I just had to make something up. This means quartal. Q4 is quartal. And then Q5 means quintal. These notes are separated by a fifth, C, G, D, A. So technically it's like some kind of extended chord, but instead I made it I just called it Q5 for quintal. So I'm going to make this chord here, like I said, this is in, wait a second. Yes, this is an F major, therefore you gotta be put in C minor, therefore you're E flat. If I'm stealing this chord from Dorian, which I am, that means you have an E flat. No. Yes. A. No. F. E would be flattened, that's correct. 2 flats, flat 3, flat 7, that's A flat, and E flat. So E flat, A flat. Are you still a gamer at heart? No. When I streamed games, I would struggle to find the motivation to play the games because I did it because it was still fun to play, but like I was like always not sure whether I should even do it because I don't actually enjoy playing video games that much. I know, that's just so shocking. Okay, right, E flat and A flat, y'all got the flat to do a flip. Alright, sure. Wee. Alright, cool. That's the flip you get. Having flashbacks to 16th century counterpoint right now. I know that's not the style, but still so many rules. Hey, don't worry, I'm following the rules too. Or at least, to the best of my ability. There are some counterpoint rules that I remember, like, generally voices like to go up by steps. They can go up by skips of major thirds, minor thirds, perfect fourths, perfect fifths, and minor sixths. They don't like to go up by major sixths of a skip. Generally, if the parts get too close, you can separate them by having them jump an octave or having them jump a minor sixth. And generally, you don't want voices to jump tritones because those are difficult to sing. Those are some rules I remember. Also, parallel fifths, parallel fourths are a little more lenient, but I think the book I read, Fuchs, Gradazo Baronesum, he suggests that you don't do that, or at least try to avoid it because a perfect fourth is just an inverted perfect fifth, so it's still kind of a parallel fifth, but not really. I want some Haydn-esque music, but it's challenging. I haven't listened to enough Haydn to give enough advice on that, but it can't be like super duper complex. Maybe if you just like start start transcribing Haydn, I think, and get a feel for how he how he arranges his instruments. Because do I still have that chart? Where is it? I think it's this. There's a chart I made a while ago. Perfect fifths are bad, perfect fourths are weirdly super common in counterpoint or parallel. Okay, so this is a chart I made a few months ago, where I outline how different composers arrange the same chord. They're all playing this G major chord, and this is how different. You can notice that the orchestra has gotten bigger over time, but just like pay attention to the way that the composers will space out their notes according to the orchestra, and that'll really give you some insight into how they get their sound. Because of course you could reorchestrate Beethoven a million times and it wouldn't sound like Beethoven no more after that, even though it'd still be the same melody, right? So Transformers can do music. It's called dubstep. That's Mozart, this is Beethoven. Like, this is the same chord, but you can immediately feel a difference between the two. Why is it so quiet? Here's some, in general, in classical orchestra writing, like classical era, so the era of Haydn, generally when you're writing a big orchestral tutti, which means when you have the entire orchestra playing together, the strings are playing very, very widely spaced. You'll notice that in later compositions, like here with Verdi's Requiem, the parts of the strings are spaced closer. Here, Schumann, his parts are spaced closer. Mahler, especially, his parts are spaced much closer. Even you, who is Brahms here. Yeah, Brahms here. Spaced them a tiny bit closer. You'll notice here that just in the bass, Mozart and Beethoven, it's all just G. G, 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 G. Mozart here inserts this B, but there's also just G on top. So the strings are playing mostly the root note, or the bass note, I guess, the bass note of the chord. And this is also something that I read in Korsakov's book on orchestration, is that generally when you're writing for big orchestral tutis like this, you want to space out the strings a bunch. Now, why is that? I can give you a reason, because I don't want you to just follow rules without knowing why they exist. The reason he does this, or he recommends this, is because if you have the strings densely packed together like this, they have a very, very resonant sound that is very easily heard even over an entire orchestra. And we can demonstrate this by playing a chord that Mahler wrote, which, by the way, has 4 trumpets, which is just incredible. But the sound of the strings is very, very full. Now, at least in like the older, for older instruments, these instruments didn't quite project as well, and these strings could very easily overtake these dudes here. So, when writing, in order to make the instruments blend better together and not have one instrument group stand out way too much from the rest, the violins are written, or the strings are written in open harmony. That changes, of course, throughout time, because the Romantic composers were a bunch of weirdos and they wanted their orchestra to be huge. It's huge. Okay. Any helpful source to study orchestral voicings or chord voicings? I would say just like look at the score of your favorite composers, and that would help. Because of course there are, as you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 examples of how composers orchestrated the same chord, and it's different. All of them are different. So there are an infinite amount of ways you can do this. So I would recommend, you could just experiment, but of course you might as well just look back to the greats who have already composed stuff before you, and we're definitely much better at it than any of us ever will be. But beyond that, just look at how they did it, and you can literally just steal from them, because what are they going to do? They're dead, and they can't tell you what's bad about it. How long you been doing YouTube? Too long. Oh, hold on, someone texted me. I'm doing a streaming. Okie dokie. Okay, so you guys can take a screenshot of this if you want. Let's listen to the 1812 Overture chord. Beautiful. Alright, Alt F4, get out of here. Time to get back to this. Hold on, I need to respond to this. Okay. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was changing this. I forgot. What does it sound like? That sounds kind of strange. I'm not sure what is so weird about it. Yeah, that feels a little strange. I think here I might want to... Hold on. Dorian here has this flat 3 chord. If I'm moving back to Dorian, which by the way, it starts in Dorian, so I'm moving it back to Dorian. It moved temporarily to Ionian, which is a fancy word for major. and I think it ought to move back. Do you plan on continuing YouTube for a while? No, I'm quitting after the stream, so make sure to get your clips in. Let's A here. This flat 3 chord should be A flat and major. Okay. And let's see, that's in bass clef. Okay. Make sure you're, whatchamacallit, A flat major. Change it to B minor 1. I think this Lydian chord here is a bit too cheery. Doesn't really transition well. I mean, that's probably fine. It's probably fine. I think here natural minor might be better than Dorian. I'm feeling natural minor here, which means I need to add a flat 6, which is D flat. Duh flat. Let's add duh flat in. There's duh flat. Okay, where else do I need a duh flat? There you go. Perfect. Move to just normal 4 here. This race thing doesn't sound too good. It should be F, no, B flat minor, which, why does it sound so major? It's because, oh, you need to be D flat, that's right. Completely forgot. You're giving tutorials in the future? I was like a tutor, no, but if you want to know something, then I can just tell you. That's right, you ought to be diminished. So, when eating airplanes during your pastimes? I'm not even going to answer that. We already all know the answer. I don't like this transition here. I want something else here. Maybe just move back to 1. That might be good. Which is F minor. Somehow I forgot what key we were in, despiting the key that we're in. What books did you read to get this far? When I started out, I just checked out a bunch of orchestration books from my library. I got Korsakov's book, I got Piston's book, and what the heck was his name? The British dude. I forgot. Was it like Berlioz? Actually, Berlioz wasn't Was Berlioz English or German? Am I mixing him up with someone? Berlioz was French. Okay. Oh, his first name was Louis or Luis. I see. But I just know him as Hector. Hector doesn't sound like a very French name. Okay, well, whatever. Not to frighten you, but there's a spider on your chest. Oh, I don't fall for that kind of nonsense. Oh no! There's a spider on my chest. Also, you, if we're staying in minor, you should be like this. C, G. No, I'll just move down to E. That's fine. D flat. What are you like off camera? I don't know. You'd have to ask my friends. I feel pretty much the same. I guess I'm like slightly more energetic and I exaggerate a little bit on stream here, but it's not like I'm trying to put on some kind of different personality. I know some people do that and that's probably kind of fun, but like I don't think I could get away with doing that. Okay. How many bars is this phrase? What's that? This is an 8-bar phrase. This originally should be this is a 16-bar phrase. I think we should have 16 more bars of this. Or, no. 8 more bars of this. Or something like that. And then return to the main theme. And or I can kind of maybe retrofit the main theme into this. Although, I'm not quite sure how well that would work. Okay. I wanted like a modulation here. I think that's what I'm remembering. I wanted modulation here. But to what key? Who knows? Did you do your homework yet? No, I'm 200 assignments behind, and I don't plan on doing them. And I want here, can you transition please to a G major chord? You here become natural. That doesn't sound very good at all. G minor. Now to modulate the C major, everyone's favorite key. I love C major, I don't know what you're talking about. If I write here, I'm gonna get doing now, have a good rest of your night. I'll see you later, my friend. If I mark this here as a flat 7 chord, you want to move down to C major, which is, and or any other C key, but let's just do C major for funsies. Or G minor, C major, that would be like a Mixolydian progression, right? So I guess we can have something like that. Also, I just realized I put in the wrong chord. We're in F major, not A major. That I put in the wrong chord here. That right here I put in a 2 chord. I should be putting in an E flat major chord. Okay. I guess there's not really a whole lot of room for me to do that here. Do something like this, I guess. Do you have any good advice for modulating between keys? I never really understood how for the longest time now. Alright, let me teach you how to do modulation. Let's use an example that I wrote here. This moves from C to F, which is pretty easy. There are keys that are right next to each other, so the transition between them should be relatively smooth. Now, how do you do modulation? You need to choose a chord to be a pivot chord. Any chord. Pick any of them. I chose this one here, but it can be any of them. It could be that one. It could be this one. What is a pivot chord? A pivot chord is a chord that is shared between 2 different keys. So, you know, for example, G major is shared by both C major and G major, or it's shared by D major too, and stuff like that. It's also shared by something like E minor. That's also a choice that you can make. So pick a key for which that chord is present in both your home key and your target key. So, like I said, this chord here is a pivot chord. It is, I believe, an E diminished chord, which is a Mixolydian chord, I believe. Yes, that's correct. So I just took like a Mixolydian chord here from C, and this chord here is shared by both C Mixolydian and F major, because E diminished is the 7 chord of F major, right? E diminished to F major. That is a dominant to tonic relationship, so the transition should work. And you'll also want to keep in mind the function of that chord in the 2 keys. So here, because if you don't consider the function of the chord in both of the keys, the modulation might sound kind of iffy. So for example here, the function of a 3 chord in the key of C is the function of the E chord in the key of C is as a tonic chord. 3 is just functionally tonic. That's just something axiomatic I'm gonna tell you about harmony. The 3 chord functions as a tonic chord. So this chord progression here moves from 4, 5 to 3. In other words, a subdominant, dominant to tonic relationship. But here, if we were to consider this key in the context, if we were to consider this chord in the context of F major, this chord would be a 7 diminished chord, which is a dominant chord in the key of F major, and the dominant chord wants to resolve to the tonic chord. So this dominant chord, diminished 7, wants to resolve to something in F major, either F major, A minor, or D minor. I just chose here to move to F major to like pretty wholeheartedly establish the key. That's how I went from C to F. So. There you go. F sharp is the best tonic. I think not. I think A flat is the best one. I like A flat the most. I know I called this 5, but it's hard. 5 is hardly sounding here. I think it's supposed to be C minor. Move this to... This might be kind of strange, but... Maybe... No. I was almost considering A flat minor there, but it didn't quite work out, and I'm pretty sure no one wants to play an A flat minor. But I was tempted. Let's go A flat major here. Gotta make a setup for the key change, yabba bada baba boola. I feel like that's basically what I said, but worse. Yabba dabba doo. This is part of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is transitioning in the middle of the phrase. Play back from here. For what should be move here to just, all right, I already did 5 here. I could try a beautiful 3 chord, which is once you get past basic music theory, it's pretty much, well, what do you think, which is fun, but can be a double-edged sword. I can tell you what I think about different music theory things. I try to be pretty general with it, just so like both everyone can I want the layman to be able to understand what I'm saying, which is why I really don't like using esoteric sounding terms like secondary dominance. I really don't like that term, even though it's like so widely used. I really don't like that term because it's just like a bunch of, it just sounds like a really big word, and if I say that, I feel like people will just kind of shut their ears off because it sounds like something unnecessarily complicated, which it's not, but it sounds like it. So I would describe it as just like the major 2 chord. That's how I would describe it. That's it. That's easy to understand. It's the chord built on scale degree 2, and it wants to move to 5 because it is a subdominant chord. That's how I would describe it. And you can use that as your pivot chord for modulation because it shares a chord with a yada yada yada. Okay, whatever. But I both try to explain it so that the layman can understand it, and also so that I don't I tell you exactly what I think about it, but also like let you kind of make a decision for yourself. With orchestration, it can be a little bit different because orchestration, I feel like there's a pretty good consensus on what sounds balanced and what doesn't, but like when it comes to harmony, that's a little more subjective, I think. At least in terms so people understand that they might hear them elsewhere, but I prioritize explaining them what they actually do and why they were used and how people can apply them today. Yeah, I feel like not enough people explain it in a way that you can apply it. Webster going to drop the music theory dictionary. Music theory dictionaries already exist. I think there was like an Oxford guide to like glossary of music terms that I found in the library once. So they do exist. Just go to your library and find one. My excuse for not understanding theory is I'm a percussionist. Oh, great excuse. C minor. Why is it so loud? There's an augmented second major 7, but also the subdominant or the 3rd minor chord, but also straight from the Lydian mode minor 9th, but also known as D, F, A flat, C, E. I don't understand a look at what you said, but I am the one that's writing all of these funny symbols down at the bottom, so I guess I can't be one to complain. Oh well. try here. Just for funsies, my friends. That doesn't sound good at all. Okay, so I know like conceptually this is supposed to be a piece for like a SATB choir, even though it doesn't really sound like one, not just because of the wind instruments I put in, but like just like the way it's structured doesn't really sound like a piece that was intended for choir, but that's probably fine. I'll just get the person who is asking me for this to just violently critique it, and then we can work from there. I just need something to present. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, for funsies, I'm gonna take this main theme here. Just get good vocalists. What advice? Oh, the orchestra doesn't sound good, just get better players. Just get more money to hire more players. It's foolproof. Okay, ooh. Get out of here, ooh. You are in A flat, so dynamics here. Is there a women and man preset on MuseScore? There is. Let me show y'all. Women and men, or full choir, where you can have just women, and you can add women to your score, and or men. Men's voices or women's voices. Can you have like children's choir? No, it doesn't say. You can have kazoo. That apparently counts as a vocal instrument. All instruments here. Boy soprano, 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 clef, mezzo soprano, alto in the clef, voice unspecified type. Okay, and also kazoo. Awesome. Mayonnaise unbelievable. I can't believe MuseScore is not going to make mayonnaise an instrument. I'm surprised that they haven't. I'm not gonna lie. It should be like hidden, like you're only able to find it if you type in mayonnaise, but if you type in mayonnaise, it should show up as an instrument you can add. And I think every time you click a note into the mayonnaise like score, MuseScore needs to crash. I think this is a great idea. MuseScore, get on this, please. I need this to be rubber chicken. Dang it. Chicken. Dang it. What other instruments can I add? My thighs. That's not an instrument. Actually, I think there's body percussion. It's one of these. Okay, whatever. Butter chicken. I can add the sack butt, but that's that's all we got. Man, what an unfortunate name. The sack butt. Okay, well. Oh wait, you're in the wrong key. Move to... Hey. I think you're actually meant for altos. This is a very alto line here. Go, altos. Now this thing is going to be played in major, so I'm just going to cheat and take all these chords and make them major chords, or the chords of the major. Or I could put it in like Lydian or something, that might be fun. Phionian here. And I'll mark you A flat major. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of Ionian. I'll just call it major. Lydian, a sharp 4. You are correct, my friend. 1,000 points to you. Yippee, look at that sharp 4. Okay, and I shall call you A flat Lydian. Excuse me. So Lydian has these chords: 1, major 2, minor 3, sharp diminished 4, major 5, minor 6, and minor 7, which with no diminishes or flats, which is pretty cool. So 6, 5, 7, and was it minor 3? I believe it was minor 3. Yes, okay, and then this beautiful sharp 4 diminished chord, which I use all the time. Normal 7 chord, back to minor 5. Okay, now time to edit these chords, and I want to hear this chord progression in Lydian. Let me unmute the organ here. So, oh yeah, I forgot to transpose here. That would probably help. So I need to have a D natural anytime there's D, like that. It's okay, cool. Guess what? What, chicken butt? Alto sack butt? What am I guessing? The guy who came up with Ionian really felt the need to show Ian who's boss. Alright, that was pretty good. 6, 7. What about 6, 7? Or you're saying VV at me? VV. Time to also steal this thing that was happening here. I got something like this happening. Happen in the sopranos, please, my dears. Move you to be... You're like basically the same. Probably because you're playing the same... Okay, you know what? That makes sense. I don't want multiple... I've seen like fugues and stuff where, like vocal fugues where the like multiple sentences are being said at the same time, and I don't like that. It's just messy. So instead, I'll just have them be wordless. I should do stand-up for music nerds only and make the same amount of money as I do with my original music. Hey, you and me both. Yippee! I'll still never live down my clarinet and E-flat joke. I think that's my best one yet. And... this bit here. Okay. Or, excuse me, play like this. Alright, it's not really gonna work because... Get rid of these syllables here. This doesn't really work. as much as I had hoped. It has no sharp though, even though it's Mixolydian. Actually, I want to know the term, where these terms come from. I think I looked up Phrygian, I think, and Dorian, but I don't remember Lydian. It's named after a native inhabitant of Lydia. That's great. What about Mixolydian? The Mixolydian mode. Oh, it means half Lydian. Okay. How is it half Lydian? Where's the half? I mean, it has... Lydian has one sharp, and then Mixed Lydian has one flat, but... What do you mean, half Lydian? Hypo-Mixolydian. Okay. That's not very helpful. Dorian. What about, what was the other one? Locrian. Is it another ancient Greek thingy? Ancient Greek region of Locris. Awesome. Super Locrian. Whoever came up with Dorian probably adored him. That one was not so good. Minus 1,000 points to you. Bad pun. Try again next time, nerd. Mixed Lydian. That is correct. It's a mixed Lydian. Okay, you know what? Actually, here's something I haven't tried. Retrograde. Let's enable retrograde and see what we can do with retrograde. Where are we? Here. Yeah, so take this part here and let's retrograde this. Which means, where is it? Plugins. It just puts them backwards. So let's give this a try. Although this is hurting my soul a little bit. Let's move these dudes over here. And you guys are... I'm gonna go too high for the sopranos, so... just try something. We'll just kind of edit it along the way, as we need. This high B flat's probably no good. The R in composer stands for rich. Man, if only it were that easy. Unfortunately, here we are. Am I right, guys? Try being on different notes here. Is there an FAQ section for like your musical background? No, but you can just ask me. Excuse me. Ah, I forgot to make you D natural. I forgot to make D natural in the melody. Dang it. It's like, why does it sound so weird? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, I'm so coffee. And I ain't got no coffee. Okay, you sound kind of weird. Probably because it's written stupidly. One of my friends in college, who was also a freshman, said he's already dropping the... Dang. A, C, and E walked into a bar. They said, "Sorry, we don't serve minors." A says to C, "I told you to look sharp." C said the same thing to E, and then E got F'd up. You know what? I think you need to stop making music right now and go into stand-up comedy. You'll make so much more money. 100%, 1,000% more even. So much more money. Because we all know 1,000% more of zero is still zero. Sad. This is... move you to... what chord is this? B diminished. Therefore, you can move to here. Or you'd be B sharp. Ah, dang it. I also need to sharpen all the B... Wait. I sharpened all the... Wait. No, that's correct. This is A flat major, not... Oh my gosh. Okay. No. This is D diminished that's playing here, not F. We're not an F anymore. F is over here. This is A flat. Oh my gosh. Okay, well... I'm so good at this whole composing thing. You are, whatchamacallit, C minor to D diminished, so... I don't think you guys share any cool notes. It's so sad. I might have to change that 4 chord to something else. Just so it works. I'll change you to 2, or your major 2, I believe, in Lydian. That's correct. So that would make you, what, B flat major. Remove the organ. What does this melody even sound like in Lydian? Okay. Something about this feels kind of odd. This here needs to be A. The note here needs to be A or G, and neither of which are in this chord. So A could be 1. It could be 6, which should be F sharp. No, not F sharp. That's an A. That would be just normal F. I believe it should be minor 6 and yeah, Lydian. Okay, that's correct. Which means you can be... You're just the same thing. You gotta be like a sequence. That would make you 2 again? Did I even write this chord progression correctly? I went to E flat major? What? Did I do something weird? It shouldn't move to E flat. Okay, wait. If I recontextualize this as E flat major, I like to make this 4, 2, 1, 3, 6, 2, 5. Okay. That's not exactly what I expected, but that would make more sense why it resolves there. For theory practice or something else. I mean, I'm always practicing theory when I'm writing music, but what instruments you played? You study composition at university, or are you currently composing? I play the guitar and the harmonica. Did I study composition at university? No. I am self-learned. I went to the library to learn. What are you currently composing? Something for choir, except it didn't sound like choir because the Muse choir sounds suck. So instead I'm just using woodwind instruments temporarily. You are... Oh, E, that makes you 1. You're 3... Wait, what are you? Yeah, you're G minor. So, 3... 6... This should be 2, this should be 5. Okay. Okay. Get rid of the organ now. Hello, hello. Harmonica player is super based. Thanks, I guess. let's have you guys here play. Normally you guys are playing like some counterpoint, but right now there's two happening, and I don't want to get too complicated just yet. So instead, we'll just have you guys play some chords. This is F minor, and then E major, or E flat major, sorry. And then once again, G minor, C minor, F minor, yeah. Oh, you're you're E, not C. Very different. Okay. You guys are so loud. And do something like this, please. And for you, I want... Bass, you do stuff. Go! I want you to transition now back to a minor key. So I could just do the easy peasy relative minor. I think I will do that. Which should be... Why am I blanking on this? E flat, C minor. Duh. It's 3 flats. Okay. Actually, C doesn't have to move to minor. It could just move to C Dorian. C Dorito. And then I shall rename you to be Kadorian. That's not it. Kadorian. What happened to my palettes? Come back. Bang. And you play this, my friend. And I'm going to be cheeky here. Yoink. And now immediately this note is very incorrect. Is A minor. Try G here. Just stopped in before my shower to see what's up. Oh. Cool. I hope your shower goes well and then you find no cockroaches spewing out of the shower head. Because the one time that happened, it was very sad and it was a lot of cleanup, so. Okay, let me make sure these are chord tones. B flat, that's correct. E flat, good. Rosemary sugar today. That sounds awesome. Delicious. Nom 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 nom. And I think I'll take one of the counterpoint thingamajigs here that I have. Something like this. Thank you. Okay, you guys are playing unison, which is suspicious, but it works. And just for funsies, I'll have the soprano play, or sing, I guess, something on top, in which this is again Kodorian. What chord is missing? What tone is missing here? All of them. Just play C, and then you move to. Are you still playing? No, you're not. Okay. To A, so you can stay here. And then G, 7, B flat major, and then you are E flat. Okay, I just made this up on the spot, but just try something like this. Okay, that sounds a little strange. I'm just so you guys understand what we're working with here. I'm gonna change all these sounds to the Muse Sounds choir, and we can just listen to this mess together. Tenors and basses. You see how many voices are playing on one staff? It's so unnecessary. It starts to get a little iffy towards the end, I think, but it's probably fine. It's actually so fine. Who's even gonna notice anyway? Okay. I think here, there's only like a minute. You can see up here in the top, it's a minute 30. Originally, this was actually much faster. But I slowed it down because I thought it might be difficult to sing if it was too fast. And it's still only a minute 34, so I guess I could have a second movements, which might be kind of fun. You know what? We can do that. Nom, nom, nom. I want like I want this part here to be a bit more decisive. So somewhere around here, I'm going to cut you in and become a beautiful, whatchamacallit, minor progression. So you should be, this chord here should be, oh, wait, you're already correct. Wait, what the heck? Did I just mislabel this chord? This is supposed to be an F chord. Okay, well, sure. And you just become major 5 straight away, which means C major, or sorry, G major. Okay, I know you can't hear this, but I'm gonna write this in anyway. And I need you know, just, why am I doing this? Just hold on to that notes. And then do some C major action here. Picardy third kind of stuff. The inverse Picardy third, where what does that even mean? You have a minor or a major progression and you make it minor at the very end. That actually does sound kind of cool, but I've not done that before. It's just less satisfying, I think, but it is cool. You guys are parallel fourths. I think this jump here would not be good, so just do this. You want to go to C. You just move to E. And then here I want, what do you call it? Okay. I don't know what that is there for. Retardando. Okay, how many measures is this? This part here, I think this is 16 bars. Does it tell me how many measures I've selected? Kind of. 26 to 33. This is 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 8 bars, so that's 16. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 32 bars total. That's it. There's 32 bars of music. Okay, you are way too slow. I think maybe you just slow down too much. You're like 80%. You know what? Don't even do a fermata. Get out of here. I've been practicing at 12 a.m. practicing for my singing plus conducting exam at 10 a.m. That does sound stressful. Good thing I didn't go to music school. And instead I just get to be stressed out about math and Diffie Q and what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Okay. Now, just for funsies, because I don't like the sound of mute sounds, let's put these on different instruments. I want to hear you on strings. Go, strings! This might sound terrible. Write a fugue in 54 Edo. Has anyone done that yet? And does it sound good? If it doesn't sound good, I'll be so mad. Why didn't you do better? Try you in some other instruments. Let's have a clarinet choir. How about that? Let's get some clarinets on the scene here. You know what? I'll replace you with E-flat clarinets. I just want to hear this. The strings were a bit too messy. Turns out if you play a fugue with 5,000 people playing at once, it doesn't sound very good. I think for like clarinets specifically, all the other dudes need to be like shut up when the other ones are playing. And I don't know if it's the same with voices, but I'm sure they'll figure out what I mean if I put you guys as piano and the other dudes as a forte. That'll make more sense, right? Dynamics, there you go. And you also dynamics. Anytime y'all ain't saying no lyrics, I want you to play piano, please. Or sing piano, sorry. You're playing piano, right? Yes. you can keep playing this. And there's a very conclusive C. That's probably not a bad idea. Doesn't sound as nice as I hoped it would, but I guess it's fine. I guess that's my 4-part harmony writing exercise. This doesn't need to be done. I literally started this today, and it doesn't need to be done for like another month. So I think for one day, it's pretty alright. I'll have to go back to that some other time. Okay. Get out of here. Any other scores I want to work on? I do have the orchestra piece I was working on last time. I think I said I got tired of putting some notes in, so maybe we can continue doing that. Why did it open a new one? Oh, is it because I need to close the current one? Oh my gosh. Oh well. Okay, well, if you remember last time we were here playing this exact piece, you know what it is. I was writing the melodies in and I stopped here, so let's get rid of this pan score automatically. Time to steal the melody. It's so goofy. I love it. I'm like, for a while I was like grappling, like, I don't really like the goofiness that much because it just isn't, something about it just didn't sound quite right to me, but now I'm like, I love the goofiness because I think it suits this perfectly. I want you to be in clarinet, please, actually. I think you're perfect. Okay, so let's go steal those chords that I wrote, which are you. Mine, mine, mine. Thank you. And put them here. Now, let's get to orchestrating my classical music friends. So, the way that this was orchestrated before was just some woodwind stuff's happening here, and then the horns play the boring stuff because they're horns and they get to play the boring stuff. Hello, anime girl. Hello, 1.1. You go here. I think that's correct. Yeah, that looks correct. I don't know why there are 2 instrument groups, just have 1. Pretty cool. I'll have you play mezzo forte, just 1, and I want you. Last time I had a glockenspiel. Now I just have celesta. Or your chimes. I just saw the CH and I'm like, that must be it. Celesta. It's not quite the same, but I'll settle for it. I think this might be better on an E-flat clarinet, but actually, what would it sound like? Text. Change inster. Clarinet and E-flat. I did have a clarinet and E-flat sound here. The E-flat clarinet is slightly brighter in tone. I don't really know much about it though, so there's that. I just know that like it's a higher pitched one. Okay, isn't that just great? Hello? Where's the sound? Thank you. Okay, well, it doesn't sound that much different. Okay. How shall I put these chords together? We're in the key of A major, so let's do this. Something similar to what is happening in the original, but better because we're smart and we know how to write music. Three should be C minor. Six should be F sharp. Where are the major 7, sharp 5, sharp 11, flat 13 chords? That's so many symbols. An unbelievable amount. I want you here. Move down. And then there's 2 here. This is a Lydian progression, therefore you should be B major. Wait, is this? Yeah, that's correct. Go to B. I could move you all the way down to this B, but I ain't gonna do that. But maybe. You need to have... Ooh, that's fun, but I'm starting to think that bassoon probably isn't the right instrument for this. Can I have, please, the harp do this? Is that actually the sound it makes? What was that? Why does it sound like that? Is it because of the staccato? Ah, it is. I didn't know it can sound like that. That's awesome. That's so amazing. I don't think I'll use that, but one day that'll come in very handy. Anyway, you guys play. Maybe you guys should play pizzicato. Where am I? Maybe not like the harp. Please don't play it like the harp. Actually, maybe you should, but maybe not. But also, shush. And I'll have someone here do trombones, playing the chords, which are... I don't... Here. And then you become... Gotta sample that, gonna make the most fire beat ever. Your score is free, my friend. Can I add 808s in Muse score? It'll allow me to add an 808 bass. If I had synth, there's synth. I think these are all the general MIDI. Yeah, general MIDI program synths, so you can have bass synth. Hello. Hello. Blah, A, C minor, F sharp minor, B major. Okay, I actually completely forgot. And then your minor 7, which should be G sharp minor. Oh wait, there you go. Oh wait. Am I doing something wrong? That's We're an A major, right? Yes, A major. So therefore, 7 should be G sharp major, or minor. It's minor, not major. Okay. Beethoven putting 808 in his Moonlight Sonata stuff in the 1800s, that would be fire. That would be really cool, and I'm sure someone has already done that. Beethoven, but modernized. I feel like if you just look, there are thousands of Beethoven trap remixes out there. You guys just gotta search it up on YouTube, and then they're there. And I know they're there, because I've done it. They're very fun to listen to. Sometimes I come across like a jazz cover of a classical piece, and there are people in the comments being like, "I can't believe you ruined this timeless piece of art with your jazz." And people like that all over the internet. It's unbelievable. Classical music is so sacred, you can't even touch it. Okay. And go down to E major. There you go. Okay. And just let me just play the original for you so you can get a feel. Okay, so that's what we have. I'm trying to arrange this for a much larger ensemble. So that's why we have like this going on. Although the pizzicato is a lot less lively than the bassoons. So I think I'm actually going to move that back. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Where are you? Bassoon, get over here. Put you in contrabassoon for funsies. That sounds so stupid. Okay. Try something like this, please, my dears. Okay, I like that. Maybe just a little bit louder. No, this is okay. And then here is where we have some harmony happening. There's beautiful flat 6 chord here, which in the key of A major should be F major. So that means we're going to need some... let's do... How am I going to orchestrate this? Horn in the bass, horn in the soprano, surround with trombones. Like this. This should lead to a balanced brass sound, which sounds more like the horns than the trombones. I don't have 4 horns, I only have 2. So in order to make up for that, I'll just have the trombones. By putting the horn in the top and the bottom, the timbre of the horn will dominate in the chord, even though 2 of them aren't horns. 2 of them are actually imposters, and they're trombones. There you go. And then the 7 here should be G major. Wait a second. There you go. Okay. And then we'll continue this beautiful pattern here of, let's go to F major now. And then G major, that's try this, please, my friends. There you go. What type of music are you making? Orchestra, does that count? Oh, there needs to be something else here. Start from the beginning. I want it to feel nice and light here. I think the celesta, it's not as bright as like a glockenspiel or something, so it sounds kind of off. Xylophone, do your goofy stuff. I love the xylophone. Alright, anyway. Also, play forte, please, my dear. What about just a louder, or I guess I could do this. I wanted this mainly to be a clarinet part, though. Clarinet just... I mean, I am playing the clarinet in its weakest range, actually. This is the clarinet's weak range. Clarinet sounds more clear here or here, but surprisingly not in the staff that it's written in, which is kind of funky, but it will sound better here. It's much more clear. Or here. Nice and dark. Right, very easy to hear, but here, clarinet's actually in its weakest range, so I think maybe oboe would be a better choice. Oboe is better in this range. Oboe and clarinet in octaves. Try this. No, I want it to be a solo instrument. So I guess oboe it is. And then move please to E major. And then you are C major. Right, yes, it should be C major. I forgot to reflect that on you. There you go. Okay. Better. Okay. That feels a bit more natural. Beautiful. And for this part here, somebody's got to play some bass notes. Somebody's got to cry some tears. And I think I want chimes to help out. I know it's not a bass instrument, but whatever. Play it anyway. I don't like that. Move to just contrabass here, but like a high contrabass, or maybe cello. Cello would be brighter. Notice that the cello here has brighter tone than this, even though they're the same notes. So I think cello is what we want here. Just do these nice long notes. A chime's your favorite instrument? You're right. It's my very favorite instruments. Actually, put you in contrabassoon. There you go. This combination, contrabassoon and tuba in octaves, very good combination. Very solid bass, because the contrabassoon can go really far down. Its lowest note is B flat 0, which sounds like this. You're probably not going to write for that, but if you do, please tell me about it, because that's awesome. It's definitely the brown note. And here, we're playing just a little bit of that, so that you can hear the note. Since it can go so low, it's basically your 808 bass of the orchestra. And then your tuba can play above that, so that it has a little bit more mellowness than the very growly contrabassoon. So the tuba kind of helps mellow it out a little bit, and it sounds very nice. And then A minor here, A minor to B flat major. So this ascending line here. And I'll have you guys play this. Okay, how did I do it in the original here? You guys kept playing. There were some calls here, and okay. So basically there were just more instruments joining the party towards the end. And then it moves down to the stringies. Okay, that makes sense. I shall continue this little bit here then. You are A minor. And you move to B flats. I know this is like a parallel fifth, literally one step, but whatever. Actually, don't move you so high, just do like this actually. And then D major. And then E major. And get rid of these notes I don't want here. It sounds kind of dumb when I play them like that. And I want more brass instruments to join the party here. We play A minor. Okay, C and C. Actually, this probably doesn't sound very good. I'll have you guys play the same notes as the tuba here. I think that would be better. Okay. You're D minor. I forgot to change that. I believe I fixed that everywhere. Okay. Just do like that. Good. Who's playing a wrong note here? I hear that. Somebody's playing a wrong note. B flat, D, F sharp. No F sharp. Cool. Could have a fun little crescendo here. Although I'm not sure if it will drown out everything, so let's see. I don't think it really adds anything. Let's just get rid of that. Okie pokey. Now. Other instruments help out here. Two flutes help out here. Do a crescendo up to here, please. Crescendo much sooner, actually. Like here. Or just start at forte. Not that forte. Just a little bit more forte, or less. And then here you're playing E. Please, my friends, play a nice big tutti here. Violins, you can kind of chill out. You guys can't really be heard. Goody gumdrops. And I think and we have a wonderful horn call in E here. Same with trumpets. Where are you, trumpets? And we have something similar in horns, but I will put you in the lower trumpet instead. Get rid of all these extraneous voices, and we should be good to go. Med measure before. Put you in clarinet instead, my friend. Try this. That doesn't change a whole lot. In fact, I'll just put it back the way it was. And I want you to continue being doubled. And then more tremolo stuff. Okay, I need this part to sound a little bit more magical. And I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to achieve that. I think more triangle. Let's see. Where's the triangle gonna go? I don't know. Harp, maybe. Let me think about this. No, it would sound kind of goofy in the way I'm thinking. No, I thought of tremolo strings, but not only have I used that way too much, I don't think it would even sound good. Maybe this just needs to be on a different instrument. I think here, at least in this latter part, I think the harp needs to come in. So, F major, what? Where's my harp diagram? Because you guys are gonna play some weird stuff here, so I'll figure out what notes you need to be as I write them. Okay, both of you guys are incorrect notes. Arpeggio here. Arpeggio. Thanks for a cool stream. I'll see you later, my friend. Have a good one. Less bass notes. Better. Okay. Just like that. No. The spread delay was fine before. And then G. Like that. Wonderful. A little bit less spread delay, please. Good. And I want... Just try this. What does it sound like? No arpeggio, please. And also get rid of some of these notes. Better. Okay. I want these notes to be a little bit more accentuated, so I'm going to get your cousin here to help out. Are you even playing? You're still playing pianissimo. I'm gonna have you... I'm just gonna mark both of you as mezzo forte. Where are your dynamics? Yoink. There you go. Awesome. Good. Two harps playing... Or actually... Do like this, please. How low can the harp go this down? I don't think you're hearing this harp note. But I kind of want to put it down because it's cool. I'm not gonna put it down. I don't think it's worth it. Then we have A minor here. Okay, there you go. Arpeggio. I think that'll be it for harp here. Okay, what else should I add here? Kalimba or some music box plucks. I do have the celesta here. It's not quite as bright as the glockenspiel though. I was avoiding adding the glockenspiel for some reason, but I'll add it anyway. I just don't want to run into like instrument creep, you know, where I write in way too many instruments and then I just don't use them very well. Because the more instruments I write in, the less likely I am to write it good. There's more points for failure, you know? So, but I think glockenspiel here will be much better than celesta. Go! That's like noticeably better, you know? Do hard mallets, please. No, I'll just go back to normal mallets, that's fine. I don't know why you're so loud when you're forte. Any other places where I wanted to use the glockenspiel? I don't quite remember. Where's the celesta? In this part here, maybe. You definitely need to be on celesta. Oh, you should be on glockenspiel. I remember wanting that specifically. Do like... hard mallets. Good. And then decrescendo. Good. Here, there's also some... There's a volume warning. It's gotta be celesta here. I think celesta is the right instrument for this. Okay. And then... as we move here to this part. Okay, you guys are too loud. I'm making that decision now. Cymbals can be louder though. I'm fine with that. Oboe is so darn quiet. Let's see. Horn 1, UW in an octave. Okay, fortissimo is way too loud, y'all. And then like this. Soft mallets. You're too loud. Okay, well now I can't hear you at all. What the heck, man? Okay, that's good. Bam. There you go. Beautiful. And I want... You guys are playing that. Okay. And now it's time for the next melody, which I shall reorchestrate here. Okay. I don't really like this next part here, and it doesn't sound very good. I also have this. And I forgot what this is. What's this? Okay. I'm not sure if I want to march. Let's keep writing our beautiful melodies here. I think here maybe clarinet can finally shine the way I wanted it. And I'll have Celesta here, not Glockenspiel, but Celesta play this. Better. And I think I'll keep the wonderful staccato thingies that are happening here. And piano, piano. You guys are so high. Take this and put the chords in the tuba where I'm putting all of the chords for convenience. And I want to try moving these guys to other instruments just for funsies. So tuba, I want to hear you play these parts. Okay, where are you? Yoink. Probably not your best range. No, that doesn't sound very good at all. Let's try y'all on some horns. Not bad, but strings were definitely better. Okay, well anyway. Triangle hit, go! Bass drum hit, go! Do 4 on the floor, baby. That doesn't sound good. Hold that note because you're a glockenspiel. And I want... 2 violin groups playing this. Slightly louder. I want, is there no timpani playing here? Do I have high E? I have low E timpani. Maybe you just gotta keep it simple. But again, I just want more percussions in here. Especially triangle. Again, I need it to feel a bit more magical. Start here with like a nice rumble in the bass. Maybe start with the trombone here. Bass trombone can go low. This might be fun. I don't think the trombone would actually appreciate playing that. Let's just have you guys do this instead. 2x2. Like that. I need more oboes playing here. It's too quiet. Go. Three octaves, go. Colors might sound nicer if you're looking for a magical vibe. You're actually so right. Where are you, crowtails? Crotales. Sometimes called antique cymbals. Very cool. Let's replace the glockenspiel with it and see what I think. I forgot what they sound like. They sound like that. They're not as like pure sounding as a glockenspiel, but maybe that's exactly what I want. Oh, you're so loud. Oh my gosh, shut up. Keep the melody on the Glock. Yeah, are better to accentuate certain hits. I see. Oh, I mean, I already have the triangle, so I'm like, I don't know if I really. And plus, okay. Let me listen again. You guys cannot be heard. I need you to sound more evil. Go. Good. Nice and evil, please. Actually, get rid of the tuba and replace it with a beautiful low contrabassoon. Bass trombone sounds nice enough on its own. Relatively quick melody and is not fun since you have to be really precise with the beating spot. We're taking enough chances as it is, Gordon. I'm way behind on my beating quota. I want here, you're a 4 chord, which means you're D minor over A. I want something to play this note here because it feels like something is missing here. Just the single tuba notes. No, just keep it the way it is. Ping. Ping. What volume are you playing at? I probably should mark that. Just play forte. You guys are all forte. Triangle hits forte. I love the triangle. Ping. Ping. There you go. I use the triangle so much. Look at all those triangle bits over there. That's probably my favorite instrument. It's so awesome. Okay. Again, I need something magical. It's not like magical, like, because here I want it to go for like dark magic kind of feel, right? If you've listened to this, I wanted this to be very dark magic kind of feel. But this part here, I want to be very more lighthearted magic kind of feel. So just for comparison's sake, I'll play this bit for you. I actually think this tempo here was a little bit too fast, bizarrely enough. You guys are a little bit too fast. I'm gonna slow you down. Scroll, scroll, scroll. The tempo here, a bit slower. Yes, I like this tempo a lot more. Good, this is much better. Okay, I cannot hear that triangle hit. Louder! Good, okay. That's beautiful. But now we have this, which is like, no. I'm so happy. It does move to a minor key here though, but that's just to keep it interesting and not boring, so... Right, so goes in song and time signature 3132. That sounds like a big headache. Oh, you guys are like slightly out of tune. Oh, yikes. Oh my gosh. That's awful. Which one of you is it? Is it the clarinet or the celesta that's out of tune? I don't know. It's hard for me to tell in isolation, but when they're together, it's very apparent. I guess try flute here instead. Okay, the flute is less offensive, but I did actually prefer the sound of the clarinet here. I can just... Technically, the clarinet is playing above the celesta, which is very something. And now you're moving to minor key, so you can move to the relative minor, I guess, which is F sharp. Or here it said I moved to E minor, according to my own notes. Which means, even though I wrote that this is E minor, it ends at B, which is the 5th note of E minor? Am I okay? And how does melody continue? I'm gonna listen to it one more time and then I'll think about it. I have no ideas. Sometimes something comes to me and sometimes it don't. A soft sus symbol into bar 5 and or bar 9. Sounding of percussion to add. Oh, you're right. There are suspended cymbals. I just haven't added any. I just have the normal hand ones, or I think hand cymbals is something different. Or no, those finger cymbals I'm thinking of. They're the piatti. I don't know what that word means. It probably just means cymbals. I want a melody here. And what key is this in? It's in one of them. Where's my key signature thingy? If I call you E minor, you're moving to love finger cymbals. They do sound very cute. Unfortunately, I don't think I have finger cymbal sounds. I think handbell sounds came out in New Score though, which are kind of cool, but if this is B minor, I would make you minor 5, and that would make you you know what? Different instrument take over here. Oboe, your turn. You know what? Let's come up with maybe a chord progression first, and maybe that might help jog my mind or something. So if I have you be, I'll write the chords temporarily in the contrabass. Yeah, you guys are just kind of dotting along like this, so I'll have something similar happening to you. And 5, let's try maybe try this. That should be 6, and I want maybe like 2 or something here. Just move everyone up here. Or actually do... You're supposed to be, what? D major, so... Wait, is that correct? Yeah, D major. So that should be... like this. And it just goes to G major from here. Which is... If I rewrite this actually, this should be, what, 3, 4, and 5, 1. No, what do you mean no note or rest selected? I've selected 2 of them, you moron. There you go. Is that what? A major to G major? That's so stupid. Okay. I don't know why or how I managed to pull that off, but I guess it's the timeline that we're in now. You know what? Just copy this. I have no ideas, so just put you in here and see what happens. Sure. This is like reharmonizing it because I remember here this definitely was not a tonic chord. It was somebody else. And then move here to another chord, I think. Move like to 7 or something. You should be go up to like this. Nice diminished chord. Okay. And then try an inversion of 5 here, which should be like this or something. I want not in... I mean, this isn't the violin's good range. I gotta remember that the violin is a soprano instrument. Horn, go! Might as well continue the sequence, I guess. And you here move to a wonderful 6 chord. E. Maybe E major might be fun. Go. Get rid of all these extra notes, which should be major 6. Six. Go to... You are functionally tonic. You need to move to something else. I want a diminished chord after this, I think. So we can try the Lydian chord. We can try this Aeolian chord. Dorian too. Look how these guys are diminished in a diagonal. The same with minors and stuff. Pretty cool, right? I think here we'll try diminished 2, which is A, yes, A diminished. E flat. Like this. And another chord here has got to happen. Maybe just try... This chord isn't exactly what I'm looking for. Try here. If I wanted a sharp diminished chord, that means I would have in the key of G major, C sharp, E sharp. Like this. G sharp goes back to C sharp. No, you're still this. You move down to G sharp. You move to C. There you go. That's the chord I needed. Oh, please add the notes. MuseScore, don't crash on me now. Thank you. Oh, it copied all of the accidentals. Oh my gosh, guys. Get out of here. That's the chord I was looking for. C sharp diminished. And this is what, 2 bar or 4 other 2 bars here. I want here try F major since you're like leading up to it. And try this, my friends. Go, try this. This C sharp immediately will have to get naturalized though, which will sound kind of odd. I think at least. No, that just ain't it. This has got to come later, I think. This phrase here, 6, the flat or sharp 4, it needs to come later. It's coming in a bit too early, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then you move to 5, which is D major. Or 2. Move to G, I guess. And then you guys can move down an inversion because I said so. that would make you kind of weird, but what's with the title? Oh, I don't know. I'm running out of titles, so I don't I don't have a whole lot of titles left. I need more. Again, people have been supplying me with orchestra puns, which has helped. But maybe I'll use some of those next time. Move to I want 2 here. Try 3. 3 over A here. Which should be, what's it called? F. No. B. Oh my gosh. Wait, am I getting this wrong here? Yeah, you're supposed to be B minor. So B minor over D. There you go. So that would make you this. Okay, I guess we'll have that sneaky modulation to D major. I'm just slowly adding back the sharps after losing them, I guess. You're A minor and then B minor, so maybe some skills here for funsies. I don't know. I don't think I actually like that. Tried this. Okay, that's a close. There's still a little jankiness in there, but it's a little closer to what I think would work here. I think I need to introduce this C sharp in here somewhere. Like the chord needs to change here, I think, in order to introduce this wonderful 6th chord, which isn't in any of the modes, so I can't just steal from a mode to help. I guess I'll just have to leave it be. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Still not really liking the instrument that's being played on though. Hold this note. Okay. That's good, I guess. Maybe. You sound kind of goofy here. Bassoon, go! No. Horn, go! No. Trumpet, go! Everyone try! But like a quiet trumpet. Shut up. I can't even hear you. It's not a good sign when I don't like any of the instruments playing the melody. Probably not good. I mean, I was planning to have you be doubled in a celesta or something anyway, so... Go, violin! Xylophone, go! Bass trombone, go! Your turn. Tuba, you try this part actually. Again, I don't like anyone playing this part. Bass flute, go! Alto flute would sound much better. Bass flute doesn't go surprisingly not very low, despite being a bass flute. Let's have both flutes playing. Xylophone, go! And you go here. But also, like, quietly, please. I want you to be a little bit slower, my friend. Just like maybe 5-ish BPM slower, not that much slower. I think it's the lack of percussion. I think if we had more percussion, it would be less empty. There's gotta be more percussion. Let me think about this. I do have the triangle playing these hits here. More triangle hits. Try it on every measure. I mean, maybe, but you'd have to shush a bit on the subsequent parts. And I can't even hear it no more. I kind of like the triangle, but again, we gotta supplement it with some other dudes helping out here. Symbol, go! No. Bass drum, go! Play stuff, but like, quietly. No, that sounds awful. Unless we have something else playing alongside it, but maybe timpani has probably got to do something here. Although I'm not sure if I can quickly retune a timpani down to this, down to the note I wanted to play. Even if I had it just play like these wonderful bass notes. That's so goofy. Get out of here. Chimes, your turn. Help me out here. I need some help. Shush. That's so goofy. Try mezzo piano. I don't really... I'm not actually very sure. try this. More tremolo. That's too much tremolo. Okay, now that I came up with this melody out of thin air, what happens next? Bow. Maybe something at this key change. More triangle. I don't want it to be like a big hit, just like a... multiple flutes playing this part, please. Like this. I realize now that maybe instead of just having 4 notes be played by double stops, I should have just had you guys be split up. Oh well, we'll think about that later. Okay, if I were to add that, then this is a 4 8-bar phrase, 4 8-bar, 16 bars total, and I imagine you two are 16 bars. 8, 4, whoopsies, 4, 8, and then you end at 16. So after this is a 32 bars, so I could do like a little recapitulation here, have a little rondo. That might be fun. But unfortunately it was like 1 a.m. for me, so that will be all for today. I got a bunch of stuff done, but also like nothing at all. Oh well, that's just how it is sometimes. Make sure to subscribe and join the Discord. The links to that in the description. Make sure to practice your scales. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.